We love hip hop.
We spoke about this. The deadline's done.
Also, anyone that had certain classified guns, they can't bring it back anymore?
Not get money anymore. Now you just got to bring them back or you're going to catch some kind of charge because the deadline, I think, was I have a video I'm going to show you, but I think it was the 20-something of March.
So as of now, those firearms are illegal?
Basically.
Oh, and you're in possession of, I guess, prohibited? I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm going to play the video over here just to give us a little bit more clarity. Because I saw this last night and I was like, oh, shit, we spoke about that. And I forgot there's an actual deadline, right?
Turned in for destruction by the end of October. So these rifles must be turned in for destruction by the end of October. But today is the final day that their owners can apply for the buyback program to be paid, to be financially compensated for turning in their arms. And so far, this program does not seem to be going all that well. As of last week, about 52,000 firearms have been turned in right across the country. That's far below the target for that point of 136,000. Now, gun control group Pauli Souvien, which was founded by some of the survivors of that École Polytechnique massacre, say the government has not done enough to promote the buyback program and is not properly communicating it, how it's going to work to gun owners. There's a lot of confusion out there. Even people who would be willing to participate in this, would be willing to turn in their rifles in return for cash, are not being informed about things, including the fact that today is the deadline in which that offer will expire. But part of the problem is you've had a lot of pushback against this program from people like the Federal Conservative Party here in Ottawa. They really don't like it. They don't like any kind of gun control measures. They are absolutely opposed to it. There are gun advocate groups also pushing back against it. And then you have the governments of really right across the country, Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Newfoundland, and Labrador, all of them saying that they are not going to let their police forces participate in these programs to confiscate firearms when the October 30th deadline arrives.
Wow.
Here in Ontario, the OPP and the Toronto Police Service also saying they are not going to be involved, and that is a big problem for the federal government. So far, the only police forces outside of Quebec that are on side are the municipal police force in Halifax and in Winnipeg and also in Waterloo, Ontario. So expect, Tammy, a lot of questions for the public safety minister today about whether this program...
Okay, we got the point.
So excluding Waterloo, anybody in Ontario who has those declassified firearms, they're good, basically.
Well, the deadline to give in your firearms is October 30th from what I'm hearing here.
And they said that the officers aren't going to be enforcing it, though.
Not in mad provinces and cities, right? But the deadline as far as for the gun buyback was in the end of March.
Okay.
So now you have still to the end of this year to give your gun back, and you ain't gonna get no money
till October 30th.
Basically,
that's what he specified.
Yeah. So, what are y'all thoughts? Because none of the police are down to help get some of these guns not off the street, but out of citizens' homes.
Typical Canadian infrastructure where the message is so broken up that like the different systems can't even cooperate. So like, you know how they were saying like the federal government didn't specify how to do the buyback. A lot of provinces didn't even sign off on this, you know? So now you're having discrepancies between the federal government and the provincial governments. And it's just like a terrible rollout. 52,000 guns were bought back, which that number surprised me. What surprised me even more was they projected it to be 136,000, which surprises me that there are that many legal arms in this country.
I don't think that that's it. I think that might have been projected to get back, but that doesn't mean that it is all of the people who might have illegal firearms.
Well, if it's illegal firearms, then they have a record of ownership. So I feel like they're like, okay, there's 136 of these registered type of weapons that we are able to like keep track of because they're registered. That's theoretically, that's how many should be bought back. Or maybe they're like 150,000, but only 136 will do it. But less than pretty much a third of the people who had those guns did the buyback.
So do you think that there's like 130-something thousand like registered gun owners in the whole of Canada? You think that's a possibility?
I don't think it's individual owners. I think registered weapons. I think there are probably owners with multiple firearms.
Yeah.
But it could be in the 100,000s. I mean, we have like, what, 35, 40 million people? Like, it wouldn't be too crazy to think that there's virtually 100,000.
Now, that's be at least 1 million. Because even Jordana, big up to her, she was talking about all the different straps she has and shit, and that's one girl, bro. So imagine like them hunting ass niggas where that, oh, this is my daddy's musket from 86.
They got like a moose head hanging on
you know
the
what
wall.
I mean?
Yeah, but if it's per gun, like 100-something thousand guns, like you just mentioned, like she has multiple, so she counts for, let's say, five, right? That doesn't mean that you're going to get to 100,000 people in Canada who have a registered gun license. If it's less than 100,000, even if it is 100,000, that's still pretty low in comparison to the population that we have, fam.
Yo, Google that. How many registered legal gun owners are in Canada? I guarantee it'll probably have. My guess is like 80,000.
80,000?
You think it's 1 million?
No, I just think there's at least 1 million straps.
Like whether legal or illegal?
No, like legal.
Oh.
Like
really?
all over, yeah. Even like, because remember, like Yellowknife and Nunavut and all those places where I feel like hunting is probably like a pastime for those guys. I don't think they're clubbing like that, you know what I mean? Where it's like winter, 10 months out the, you know?
They go to the club. Their club is in the forest. Freaking shooting
the youth them are shooting pure cans off the fence and the, you know?
Oh, shit. These numbers are actually way different than we were thinking. Yo, thank God for ChatGPT.
2.4 million licensed gun owners.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yes, sir.
That's 5 to 6% of the Canadian population.
One thing, I will never doubt the white man's ability to shoot some shit. You know what I mean?
Or be able to own a gun. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of people that, you know, are legal gun owners in Canada.
That's a lot more than I expected.
Yes. This is why even the video that I posted about Jordana talking about it before is going crazy because there's a lot of gun owners who are not happy with this buyback and all of our guns are restricted now. Like, this is it's not a good situation.
This video is gonna go crazy too. I already know.
Fam, guns are way more important to Canadians, like living standard or whatever, quality of life than people think it is. People will look at Canada and be like, oh, you guys are a nice place. It's America where they're gun hungry or gun happy, and Canada we're way different. Nah, bro.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
What I was going to say is there are a lot of Canadians who take out their rifle, their gun every single day. And they just like, they have a woods at the back of their house and that's how they live and they're unbothered.
Yes.
It's not like the police are on them every single day. It's just like, yo, it's just a part of life.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's only because we're in Toronto where we have this certain way of life culture and stuff. I feel like majority of Canadians, they don't live like this city lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Don't. Yeah.
But like they're more rural. They're, like I said, like their pastimes is like hunting and like jigging down and
camping.
Yeah,
exactly.
And even for the metropolitan areas, right?
What are you doing? Just jigging down. That's what white people do, like when they're just chilling.
I'm just hearing banjo music with that. You know what I'm saying? But like even like with the metropolitan areas, even though we're more quote unquote liberal, the blue hairs are out here and all that, but like there's a lot of people I know from Montreal, from Toronto that are like, yo, I freaking have a license. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, like I'm not even gonna say too much, but like people I know personally, a lot of people I know close to me have legal gun licenses. And they're not police. Right? I just gotta emphasize that because I know people are already like, of course, federal, right? All your friends got guns. No, like there's a lot of people, they might not have the gun, but they have the license. You know what I'm saying? So people care about that shit out here, bro. Right? But yeah, salute to all of the gun owners out there. I don't even know what to tell you guys, bro. You're cooked, fam. All your guns are gonna be gone soon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.